All right, right here, the main deal I wanted to do this morning was cranking the outside of these grass lines. And the crankbait that I chose for that was the Crush 100. It's the silent one. There's no reason I picked the silent one. That's just the one that I had in this color. This is Rayburn Ghost. I just wanted to go cranking the outside edge of the grass. I haven't been able to catch them that good flipping around here, like where the area that I'm fishing at. So I wanted to go cranking. I wanted to go throw moving baits. I just caught one on that top water, and I wanted to, you know, what I did this morning that wasn't on the video was I just cranked the outside of that grass a lot. So that was that. God. Got it. All right, so right here, obviously, as you can tell, I'm throwing this Mag Dog 150. It's a big topwater. It's a walk-in bait by 6 cents. You know, it's early in the morning, obviously, and I'm seeing some fish bust out on this, you know, out on this flat. And so I'm using that topwater, making long casts with it, really accurate casts because the bait's heavy. And so with a heavy bait and a good weight transfer, you can really fire it on exactly where you want it to go. So for schooling fish, a topwater walking bait, maybe not one this huge all the time, but at Guntersville you can get by with it. Fire right on those fish, hit it a couple times, and he's got it. So that was how that one went down. Oh, I don't want to get my hands full of that. Unfortunately, there's a lot of floating eelgrass right here, and so I wasn't able to throw it. Like, I wanted to just be able to throw it this morning and throw it a lot in that whole area because there's a lot of fish around, but that floating eelgrass killed throwing anything. A swim jig, crankbait, there's nothing you can throw around floating eelgrass effectively. You can throw stuff around, but not effectively, and so it's really hard to, you know, locate fish if you can't cast for them good. There's one. Little one. That's that Rayburn Ghost. Freaking, that's a killer color, dude. Especially like if you got shad, if you got any kind of clear water, like especially around grass, because, you know, for the most part, grass keeps the water pretty clean as far as like not being muddy. That Rayburn Ghost is a good dang color. God, there's so much eel. This floating eelgrass is hard as hell to fish around because you can't get a bait through it. It does that right there all freaking day long. I mean, there's a lot of fish here. I've seen them come up and chase a couple times. I can see them on the graph every now and then. But this floating eelgrass is impossible. You can hardly fish anything through it. You can't fish topwater. You can't even fish something weedless like a swim jig around it. It's frustrating because there's a lot of fish here. God, dog. Got him. Oh, chicken salad, baby. Oh, chicken salad, baby. Oh, look at all that grass. Oh. Think you wanted it? Huh? Oh, chunker? I missed him the first time because I was acting like a dang fool and I wasn't paying a dang attention. All right, so right here, as you can tell, the wind has picked up. I'm in the back of this pocket, and I've started throwing a frog. This is a hollow belly frog. You know, this one's made by Spro, and I cut the tails off. That way, you know, if the fish blows up on it, he's not gonna, you know, miss or just grab the tails. He's gonna come and get the whole thing. I just made that profile of, you know, the frog is about this long with the tails. I made the profile this big, and so reduced half the size probably, just making sure, you know, I land the fish, or at least get the fish to commit all the way to the frog. So. God, another one crushed it, dude. That one's a little bit better. Two bites back to back, I like it. Another little baby chunk on the old frogger. Frogger. When I'm fishing this matted stuff, I throw 65-pound braid and a Quantum 7:3-to-1 Smoke HD reel. And the rod that I throw for this is the only rod that I use that is not Quantum. This rod is a G-Loomis IMX Pro. It was completely designed for heavy mat fishing a frog, specifically on Lake Gunnersville by one of the top guides on the lake, Alex Davis. He designed this rod specifically for what I'm doing, so I wanted to make sure and have this rod. It's the only one I use that is not a Quantum rod, but it's a really good rod, so that's why I use it. Little one, but he freaking choked it. Oh, sorry, buddy. Had to hurt you on that one. That's called gagged. He's a little tiny guy, but that's called gagged. That's called welcome to Gagville. I'll be your host today. Welcome to Gagville, everybody. That boy right there got stupid on it. I like it when they get it like that. First time he just never got it. Oh man, get him in the boat. Not a big one, but we catching them. That's old black Gunnersville fish right there. That's what you call a hydrilla baby gorilla. Not a hydrilla gorilla yet, but he's a hydrilla baby gorilla. Well, that wraps up today's video. It's actually been a really good morning. I've been out here for less than 3 hours, caught a ton of fish. The good thing about living here is now I can get back to the house, get a lot of work done, and then try to get back out this afternoon. So it's really, you know, that makes things really helpful. Couple things I wanted to share what I've caught fish on today. Obviously the first fish I caught this morning was on this Mag Dog 150. That's threadfin flash, and that is actually probably my new favorite color that 6th Sense makes. I also got a Crush 100 in that color. I can't find it anywhere. Anyhow, I like that color a lot. That's what I caught the first fish on today. Just a gigantic topwater. Here's what I caught the second fish on. That's a Crush 100 Silent, and that is Rayburn Ghost. This color is a very special color and a very secret color to the top. That's kind of a color that they don't talk about a lot. I'm not gonna say who it is, but I'm just gonna say that that's an extremely popular color that is not talked about. It's a translucent purple color with like an olive brown color back. I'm just gonna say that catches a lot of gigantic fish, and that color is responsible for a lot of 30-pound bags weighed in Texas. So I wanted to bring it to Guntersville and try it, and it worked out today. Caught one fish on it, and what I did most of the damage on today was a topwater hollow belly frog. That's a spro frog. Just go black, cut the tails off. I like them pretty simple. And yeah, everything else is pretty simple and pretty self-explanatory. That grass that I was fishing, you know, it kind of looks thick on the video, but it's really not thick. It's actually a layer that's about this thin, floating on top of the surface. It's held there by, most of that grass is just floating on top. It's not attached to the bottom, it's actually dead. And it's held in place because it's in the back of a pocket. There's not a lot of wind back there, there's no current back there. But also there is still a couple strands that are growing to the ground. So those strands kind of anchor, you know, they touch the top, they kind of anchor all of that other grass to just stay in place. And unless we have a big rain or a big crazy storm, that grass will pretty much stay there for a while. It won't always be good, and I didn't catch any big ones out of there, but still a ton of fun to go fish that frog over that stuff, see the blowups. I didn't catch all of them. Actually, that was a brand new frog that I just opened up, and I forgot to, normally when I get a frog, let's see, I got one. When I buy a frog, I will, I've showed this before, but you want, like, when a fish blows up on this, he's coming from behind, right? Majority of the time. And when he bites it, he presses down on the body, like with his mouth, he presses down on the body and it exposes those hooks. Well, when a frog comes out of the pack, it's made for an everyday fisherman to have a weedless lure. And so, yes, out of the pack, this thing is weedless, very weedless, but the hookup ratio isn't great. So what you do is take your pliers and get each hook, but what you want to do is flex the hook points out and up. So the way you do the out is grab the hook just like this, squeeze the you know, these hooks in the frog, they go down to the body. So I'm going to squeeze those hooks right there just to have a leverage point, and just flex that hook out like so, and then do the same thing on this side. And it's kind of hard, you have to use a lot of muscle and, you know, really get it wide, and you don't want it to be way off the body or you're going to hang up and everything, but you want it an outside enough that there's a bite to the hook, and then also underneath the barb. So you see where the barb is and then where the bend starts. So what I want to do is take it right there. So you're right behind the barb, but right in front of the bend. And then I'm just going to take and flex that hook up. Whew. I'm going to take and flex that hook up like so. And do it a couple times. You wiggle it loose and it'll work itself. And then finally you get it to the perfect spot so that once you You know, when you flatten the hook, you want to have some exposure of those hooks. That way, once you get a bite, you can really drive those hooks home. So anyhow, that's just a little quick tip. Remember all this stuff that I've got, the 6 Sense stuff, the Quantum stuff, and the TH Marine stuff. I've been using this TH Marine scale a ton. And also I showed you how I kind of rigged it up with the conservation cold clip on the bottom. That way you can just quickly, you know, latch onto your fish, you know, turn the scale on, reset it, hook your fish up, weigh them, and then just go release them. You don't have to worry about, you know, it has this old traditional hook on there, that metal hook, and I just squeeze it really tight and put that plastic conservation cold clip on. So all this stuff, I'll link it in the description box below. I actually have pretty good discounts for 6 Sense, Quantum, and TH Marine. So be sure and check that out. It's at the very top of the description box below, along with a list of just all my favorite stuff that I have, that I use. So thanks to everyone for watching the videos. Yeah, I think that's about it. Make sure that you are subscribed to my channel. If I can hit 50,000 subscribers by Christmas, I'm gonna do one of the biggest giveaways I've ever done. Actually, it'll definitely be the biggest giveaway I've ever done. It's a $1,500 value, and you're gonna have an option of tackle or a fishing trip. But I'll go into details way later, maybe in a month. But as for now, if you haven't already, please subscribe, because to win that giveaway, you're gonna have to be subscribed to this channel. So hope you guys enjoy the video. Drop a comment down below if there's anything you'd like me to fish, anything you'd like me to try, anything that you have questions about Guntersville. If you know, you hear that they're doing this or that and you want me to go check it out for you, you haven't been to Guntersville in a long time, you want me to go, whatever it is you want me to do, drop a comment down below, and make sure and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And I'll see you guys on the next one.